We knew we were only touching a small percentage of the Bahamian public.
I enjoy the children and how happy and excited and joyful they are. I mean, some of them come from maybe hard homes. Maybe they're bullied at school. Who knows what they have? But when they come here, it's a very positive thing for them.
At the end of the day, more kids will be fulfilled, more kids will have a life-saving skill, and more kids will stay away from crime.
Crime-free.
Looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
At Government House, I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. The Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce president speaking on the future of the Freeport's container port. Residents weighing in on the explosion of a SpaceX Starship. And we have an update on young Lucas Wildgoose.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
I don't see them monopolizing that for their own exclusive interests at all. They may prioritize their use, but I don't see them monopolizing it.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Topping news tonight, a multi-billion-dollar logistics deal between international conglomerates could shake up things on Grand Bahama. But the question is, would it be for the island's betterment? The Chamber of Commerce president is weighing in. Cleopatra Murphy has tonight's top story.
President of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Dylan Knowles, says he's neither overly concerned or excited, but skeptical there would be significant changes following reports the Freeport Harbor Company and the Freeport Container Port could get a new owner. This is after CK Hutchison Holdings Limited announced this week an agreement in principle between BlackRock Incorporated, Global Infrastructure Partners and Terminal Investments Limited, the BlackRock Till Consortium, for the purchase of CK Hutchison assets. Included in the $22.8 billion deal are 2 Panama ports and CK Holdings' 80% interest in some 43 ports in 23 countries, with the Freeport Container Port and the Freeport Harbor Company possibly included.
Freeport Container Port and by extension Freeport Harbor, just the one cog in the wheel of Hutchison Port Holdings port assets around the world. And this deal appears to be more of a more global deal in which Freeport and Freeport Container Port happen to be one of the assets that are being potentially acquired.
There has been concern the sale of Hutchison Whampoa's assets could negatively impact Grand Bahama, as MSC could gain controlling shares of both the Freeport Container Port and the Freeport Harbor Company, with the possibility MSC could also find itself competing with customers. Knowles insists a business will do what it can to maximize profits.
They have a need to keep the container port and the harbor as busy as possible, and I don't see them monopolizing that for their own exclusive interests at all. They may prioritize their use, but I don't see them monopolizing it.
As for a possible upside to the sale of operations on Grand Bahama, the Chamber of Commerce president says this.
Hutch is a major port operator around the world, and I'm not sure what BlackRock is not a port operator. It's an investment firm, an asset management firm, and MSC is already involved in the container port. I don't see any downside, but I don't see any upside either.
Despite speculation the company may be acting as a result of U.S. President Donald Trump's railing that the Panama Canal is under Chinese control he says the U.S. should have, CK Hutchison's co-managing director Frank Six says it is a purely commercial transaction unrelated to any recent political news concerning the Panama ports. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Yesterday evening, a strange sighting in the sky had residents buzzing with confusion and seeking answers. Well, it was discovered that debris from a failed SpaceX launch traveled across the Caribbean. Tonight, residents share their reaction while the government issues a statement about the launch. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
Residents are reacting to the recent SpaceX launch failure, skating across the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Some standing in strong opposition of the launches and their potential impacts, while some view it as great exposure for the country. Now, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, in a statement yesterday confirmed that the Starship was not a part of the Bahamas Falcon 9's program.
One is left to raise the question as to safety in the airspace, and it can cause tragedy to hundreds of lives.
I think, of course, some stuff disintegrated, but you know, it's just giving exposure for the most part.
Having missiles and rockets being permitted to take off on our islands, and now they're crashing, is going to be devastating to our ecosystem. But what happens if it doesn't crash in the water? What if it crashes on land?
Videos quickly went viral, sparking candid reactions as the objects quickly moved through our airspace.
But it doesn't come out of nowhere.
You see that? Look in the middle,
Later that evening, the government would issue a statement. It reads in part, on the evening of March 6, 2025, SpaceX launched its Starship rocket from Starbase in Texas, United States. Minutes after takeoff, contact was lost with the spacecraft, and debris was subsequently observed streaming over the Bahamas. The Bahamas has no regulatory authority under the Bahamas' Civil Aviation Spaceflight Reentry Regulations 2025 over SpaceX's Starship operations, and this incident is not a part of the Bahamas' existing relationship with SpaceX's Falcon 9 program, which involves controlled booster landings in the Bahamian waters following launches from Kennedy Space in Florida. The FAA issues the launch license for Starship exercises. It later reads, the debris from Starship fell into our airspace in the southern Bahamas. Following the incident, SpaceX contingency measures, which includes immediate and continual communication with Bahamas officials, assured the debris contains no toxic materials, no significant impact on marine life or water quality is expected, and that SpaceX teams will be in the Bahamas to conduct full debris and recovery cleanup efforts. We emphasize that this Starship is not a part of the Bahamas Falcon 9 program. In closing, the government of the Bahamas remains engaged with SpaceX and will continue to monitor the situation to ensure proper recovery actions are carried out. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Activist group Rise Bahamas is calling for urgent reform to protect children, including a proposed increase in the legal age of sexual consent and mandatory minimum sentences for offenders. With public support growing, the activist group is pushing for stronger laws to address child abuse in the country. Raven Davis reports.
Amid the alarming rise in unlawful sexual intercourse, Rise Bahamas founder Ternille Burrows is calling for stronger protection for children. Founded in 2014, the group remains steadfast in its commitment to child safety, with Burrows leading a new petition pushing for urgent reform. The petition includes several child protection measures, notably a mandatory minimum sentence for those convicted of sexual crimes against children, one of the group's top priorities.
We have on the books that rape carries up to a life sentence, but we don't have anything on the books saying that there's a minimum sentence that anybody who is charged and convicted of a sex crime against a child should go to jail for at least a certain amount of years. So it might be 20 years, 30 years. We propose that there should be a zero tolerance policy when it comes to crimes against children, especially sexual crimes.
The group is also proposing an increase in the legal age of sexual consent in the Bahamas, advocating for it to be raised from 16 to 18 years old.
Just like adults are the only ones who are allowed to vote and things of that nature, that children who are still minors should not be allowed to have sex legally with someone who is older than them. We believe that the age of 18 is an appropriate age to have across the board.
Rise Bahamas has long pushed for the implementation of Marco's Law, which the government has now passed, and it's a move Burrows praises. However, she's calling for stronger actions, including automatic sentences when physical evidence, video footage, or eyewitness testimony is available without plea deals.
Mandate psychological evaluation, intervention, and treatment for those convicted of crimes against children to prevent repeat offenses. Amend the sex offender registry based on suggestions we've submitted over the years, including making the list public more public, making it retroactive and adding first-time offenders to the sex offender registry as well.
Earlier this year, a 37-year-old father received a 5-year sentence after pleading guilty to molesting his 3-year-old twin daughters in 2024, sparking public outrage. Barrows says these crimes impose a life sentence on the child and believes a minimum sentence law would act as a deterrent for perpetrators.
We can try to give them as much justice as possible if we can't prevent things from happening, but we definitely need to look towards prevention.
While admitting she's unsure if there is enough political will to tackle this issue, Barrows stresses that we can't afford to ignore it. Today, the petition has over 3,000 signatures, but she's pushing for more. To help, you can visit www.change.org/child-protection-242. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
In news from Abaco, police officers on that northern island are investigating circumstances surrounding a traffic fatality on Thursday, March 6. The incident occurred shortly after 10 o'clock a.m. Preliminary reports reveal that the driver of a gold Nissan Sunny was traveling east, while the driver of a black Ford F-150 was traveling west on Forest Drive when the collision occurred. Both drivers sustained injuries. However, the 57-year-old female driver of the Nissan Sunny succumbed to her injuries on the scene. This matter remains under active investigations. As the Royal Bahamas Police Force celebrates 185 years of being an organization, officers around the Bahamas hit the streets to visit neighborhoods. In Grand Bahama, Assistant Commissioner of Police Eduardo Dames and his officers visited the Hudson Estates area, Pioneers Loop, and Seagrape 8 Mile Rock to hear from members of the community.
Legacy is our community relations. The police is the community, and the community is the police. And today, we are continuing in touching our neighbors in the community of Grand Bahama, walking along with our partners, Raven Renewal, pastors.
Dames say that this initiative was important so that residents can voice crime concerns while reassuring them that the community and police officers are in partnership to assure a safer Bahamas.
We are here to conduct meaningful conversations with them to find out if there are any crime concerns or any other issues that may be addressed by the team assembled here to walk in their community. We'd like to continue to express to members of the public that the police is your friend and that we are here to hear from you, and we value your contributions in the fight against crime.
In other news, Chief Counselor for Local Government Western District is making plans to restore communities in that area with new initiatives for the year. Shalia Roll reports.
As a new local government council comes into office, the West Grand Bahama District is gearing up to tackle the problems in the community head on. As the chief counselor for the Western District, Nakia Hunt says that her team is ready to take on the new year.
From the day after, we decided that we will put forth. We tired of talking.
Plans for the new year includes activities for senior citizens and children so that both parties can learn from each other, as the children in the community are the future of our country.
We have lots of plans. We want to include the children. We want to include the seniors, initiatives for both. We want to, aside from getting the area cleaned, that's a given with the cemetery, the side verges and stuff. We want to initiate a lot of incentives.
Other community initiatives are cleaning the local graveyards and putting a halt to illegal dumping.
Garbage containment to beautification. We want to put a hold on the illegal dumping and stuff. We want to encourage and empower our residents to know that they come first, and that we can be unstoppable once we stick together. We want to bring unity back in the community.
Above all, Hunt's main goal is to bring unity in the community.
Along with my support team, I would love to thank everybody, congratulate everyone also who push forth to come and want to be working for the community. The community comes first. We just need to hold fast, steadfast, and we have to understand that if we don't operate as an entire body, there are many parts, but we're one body, and we need to operate off one sound.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shirley Earl.
Switching gears now. It's a promising update for the Wildgoose family as 17-year-old Lucas's condition shows signs of improvement, offering a glimmer of hope after a long and difficult journey. Despite facing numerous obstacles, the family has secured a critical opportunity for treatment at the International Hospital of Colombia and is now seeing hope for Lucas's recovery.
It's the same one who said, it's okay if you want to pull the plug because he's leaving. And his attitude now is, he done defy the odds so many times before. Don't stop now.
After facing multiple hospital rejections and an insurance hurdle, the Wildgoose family has found a lifeline and remains hopeful that young Lucas will receive the care he needs. What began as a devastating prognosis has now turned into a story of hope. Lucas's condition has shown signs of improvement. His blood pressure remains steady throughout the night, with a slight drop earlier today.
Colina released the $100,000 that they've capped him off, and that $100,000 will take that child to Colombia to have 30 days of hospitalized care and treatment. A Learjet will be here to pick him up. I just paid for it. We're praying that Central Bank hurries and approves it.
The International Hospital of Colombia was discovered by a dedicated team at the Ranch Memorial Hospital determined to see Lucas live. The hospital is renowned for its specialized fleet dedicated to transferring patients in critical condition.
And they have on board an ECMO, which is a device that is used to keep a person that's with low blood pressure or low respiratory rates. They keep them maintained when they go up in the pressurized cabin. And they just told me, you and Lucas are in good hands.
Lucas's journey has sparked an outpouring of love and support from across the Bahamas. The community has rallied together with hundreds of people praying for his recovery. In Nassau, a group of children sends this video message, offering their encouragement for Lucas as he continues his fight. His mother says she's overcome with emotion by the support.
Those children said they don't have anything to give him, but they can pray for him. And one of the children in the group sent $5 to the GoFundMe account. He said, whatever this $5 can do for Lucas, do this for him.
As Lucas continues his fight, the love and prayers of a nation are with him, reminding us all that even in the darkest times, hope and community can light the way. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, since this report, oh my God. Well, since this report, we have some sad news to report. Lucas Wildgoose departed this earth at 4:30.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Get ready for the Freeport Business Expo Tourism Edition 2, happening May 1st and 2nd. Network, explore, and grow with top industry leaders. Register today at freeportbusinessexpo.com. Zing has more of what you need, from organic, gluten-free, and vegan snacks to eco-friendly products. They offer healthier choices every day. Visit number 8 West Cedar Street or call 812-5755. Zing, where better choices begin.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Strong, powerful, and inspirational are just some of the words to describe a woman. And on International Women's Day, the Freeport Container Port is reassuring their female employees on how fierce they are with the sip and spill tea party. Malvise Capron, the Chief Police Officer and Director of Human Resources at the Freeport Container Port and the Freeport Harbor, giving the keynote address at this event. She says that this event is to make their staff feel appreciated and encouraged.
Very few times that we can bring women together in such a forum where we can speak freely, where we can talk about our challenges, we can talk about our successes, and we can help others by doing so. And it's not just one-on-one, it's global, it's open, so people get to know you better.
In Capron's speech, she says that the female staff at the Freeport Container Port says that these females are excelling in a male-dominated field, and here is the message she wants them to remember.
Trailblazers. They are strong. They are educated. They are powerful because they stand together. They know their jobs, they share their jobs, and they excel at what they do.
In other news, due to the absence of a girls' con club on campus, 8 Mile Rock High School is bringing Princess Court Mentoring Ministries into the fold. One of the leading ladies of the club, Oprah Davis Hepburn, says the aim for the club hopes to shape the young girls at the school into elegant ladies themselves.
At the 8 Mile Rock High School, we had a deficit of Girls Club, so we searched for different organizations in the community to assist us with starting a program, and Sister Stephanie from Central Zion, she just hopped on the opportunity, and she was more than welcoming to us and allowing us to extend the program here on campus. From these sessions, we hope that this can be a safe place for these young girls to come and open up with any issues they may have. We also hope that it increases their skill set, you know, small things such as sewing, cooking, crafting. We're just hoping to really engage them positively.
Davis Hepburn adds the 8-week club aims to make the most out of every session available to the students on campus.
It's been widely received. We have teachers that ask us to be a part of it, as well as every time we get started, we have an influx of girls. However, during this time, we have other activities going on, like we have sports, we have Junkanoo, we have BJC and BGCSE classes. So the numbers you see here are a little less than what we usually have. We usually have about 60 to 70 girls in a session.
And back to our special story. Well, since the report, we have some sad news to report. Lucas Wildgoose departed this earth at 4:30 p.m. The same time, the Laird jet was scheduled to arrive on Grand Bahama to pick him up and take him to Colombia. We express our sincere condolences to the family of 17-year-old Lucas Wildgoose. May he rest in peace and rise in glory. Jay, tell me what's happening in sports.
Coming up in sports, day 3 of Island Sports at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex.
Lucas, I am going to miss you so much. Jay, let me just share this before sports. I remember the first time I met Lucas was at upstairs at the restaurant, and he came up to me and said, "You're Jolanda Thompson-Evers from ZNS," and I was like, who is this handsome, brilliant young man? And so I'm definitely going to miss Lucas.
And Lucas was definitely a fan favorite here at the Broadcasting Corporation for so many years, and we say to his family and loved ones, may he rest in peace and his rise in glory.
Well, sports comes your way next, but first, here's a check on your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167, or you can email us at zns3news@gmail.com.
What is Business Fit? Business Fit is a group health insurance package offered by BAF Financial. What are some of the benefits of Business Fit? No deductible, dental and vision care, hospital room and board, surgical treatment, labs, medication and drugs, maternity, doctors, clinics, specialist visits, chemotherapy and radiation treatment, air and ground ambulance, and preventative care. Business Fit, offered by BAF Financial.
Put it in. Let's keep it clean. Yeah. Put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. No, yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not on the streets. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Put it in the trash. Just put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. We just gotta keep Grand Bahama clean.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top and Sports All Roads this week. Through the weekend, led to the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, where the top junior track and field athletes was on full display at Island Sports. Here's the latest from Day 3. Day 3 of the Fidelity Bank Island Sports in action at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. The fans and athletes came out to support their favorite athletes and schools. Winning the junior boys 800 meters was Kamani Hall from Jack Hayward Jr.
I feel I executed it optimally. I feel like I could have run a little bit better, but it came first, got the job done.
The intermediate girls 800 meters was won by Kente Virgil from St. George's.
So on the first 400, I was just trying to get out so I get in front, and then we had to cut by the 300. So after I cut, I was just trying to make sure I was in the front when I cut, and I was trying to keep a pace for the first lap.
Cruising down the finish line was Arcady Thompson from BMES in the under-17 boys finals.
It means a lot because, my school in the past has been down low, so it helps me to know that I contributed.
Carifta medalist Erin Barr from Tabernacle took home her second gold medal of the meet in the senior girls 800 meters.
This is my last year, my senior year in school, so the focus was to come first and to get some points for my team. Overall, I feel as though I did all right, but the goal is Carifta, honestly, so I could do better, and I'll be back.
Jack Hayward's Tyrone Conliffe made it look easy as he took home the gold in the senior boys 800 meters.
I felt like I executed the race just like how I wanted to, because for the past week, I've been planning on how I was going to do it, and I did it exactly how I wanted to.
The meet will continue on Saturday with the 400 finals and 100-meter finals. Now on Monday, the meet is scheduled to wrap up with the sprint hurdles and the relays. And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. Lucas, this one is for you. Be blessed.
At GBPC, women are at the heart of energy, powering homes, businesses, and a brighter future for all.
As an engineer, I help ensure reliable energy for our island.
Technology drives the future of energy, and I'm here to keep us moving forward.
Every connection matters. I ensure our customers feel heard, valued, and supported.
Leadership is about driving change, and we are making bold moves to transform the energy sector. From the field to the boardroom, women are breaking barriers, leading with strength, and inspiring the next generation. But there's more to do, and we're ready to accelerate action for a brighter, more inclusive future.
We are GBPC. We are Women in Energy, and we are accelerating action for the future.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that story is making news. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the government defends its SpaceX landing, charging that last night's failed mission is of no concern. Find out what's next now that the dust has settled. Also, a call for bad landlords to be held accountable. And as far as the housing minister sees things, this requires serious reforms and a focus on women. The Bahamas joins in celebrating the rights, equality, and empowerment of all women and girls. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. A failed SpaceX landing in the United States is creating concern across the country. But the government contends residents shouldn't be alarmed. Following last night's fire in the sky, teams are already on the ground cleaning up. Devontae Hanna takes the story from here. Devontae?
Oh my gosh, no doubt it was scary, but as last night many saw streaks of fire in the sky, but it was later confirmed that it was debris from a failed SpaceX landing. SpaceX 8 took off from Texas before losing connection with Starlink, then exploding. The non-toxic debris could be seen across the Bahamas and the region, leaving behind in its trail a massive field of many pieces of the ruptured craft in waters off the southeastern Bahamas.
Bahamian officials and SpaceX officials continue to be in communications. A team of persons from SpaceX are currently in the Bahamas now, and they're going to do a flyover the Bahamas to identify those debris.
At this time, officials say there has been no danger to the environment. That's been a long-standing concern of many who argue the government should not be engaged with the space exploration company.
The United States government testing space missions is going to happen whether there is an agreement with the government of the Bahamas or not.
And they make it clear, last night's failed landing has nothing to do with February's Booster 9 landing off the coast of Exuma.
The government of the Bahamas is not going to do something that's going to compromise the environmental interests of Bahamians. Neither will we do something that will compromise the economic interests of Bahamians. It's simply not worth it for us.
Well, there you have it. SpaceX teams are already on the ground cleaning up debris, but if you find anything in your area, they are instructing you to contact local authorities or the SpaceX debris hotline at 1-866-623-0234 or recovery@spacex.com. You can send your email there. Akushla.
Well, thanks, Devontae. We're now going to cross on over to news from Parliament. A delay in the mid-year budget being passed in the House of Assembly. What was slated to take place last evening has been pushed to Monday, with National Security Minister, the Honourable Wayne Munro, contributing ahead of Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Philip Davis's wrap-up. Now, among last night's speakers, Marco City MP and Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard stressed that while the mid-year budget has the opposition support, his party isn't pleased with the way the Davis administration is managing the people's money.
We wish to work with the Prime Minister to ensure that we could grow at a percentage that would allow us to meet not just present challenges, but those we anticipate will emerge. And over the course of the next few months, we are going to come back to this House with recommendations around how you can link the moorings, how you could link a land trust for the building of homes and the starting of business to the Bahamian Sovereign Wealth Fund, so that we are in a position as Bahamians to benefit from using government assets, the people's assets.
The F&M chief also criticized the government for its energy reform plan, further condemning it for reportedly not producing a feasibility study or plan for the Afro-Caribbean marketplace set to be constructed in Freeport. The comments prompting a sharp response from the Prime Minister.
There's nothing that you're interpreting. This is your conjecture, your surmise, right, which is fueled by your own suspicions and your own skepticism and your own, misunderstanding of what is going on.
While also contributing during Thursday's afternoon, sitting House Minister, the Honourable Keith Bell, who called for clear and balanced regulations protecting both landlords and tenants. Bell believes this is needed if there's to be fairness and stability to the local rental market, and this in the face of growing concern of soaring rental prices, particularly here in the capital.
Landlords, Mr. Deputy Speaker, must have certainty that disputes will be handled in a clear and timely manner. The legal framework already exists, but it is outdated, lacks clarity and enforcement, allowing bad actors, these bad landlords, to thrive while leaving too many renters vulnerable. Repeated and extortionate rent rates increase, they far outpace inflation. Unreasonable penalty clauses designed to trap tenants in predatory agreements, we must address all of those. Those good landlords, those who provide quality, affordable housing, should be encouraged and supported. The bad landlords, those who exploit renters in desperate situations, must be held accountable.
And ensuring as much calls for reforms. Further, Minister Bell acknowledged that the government must encourage the development of more rental units. And the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas is sending condolences tonight to Deputy Chair Athema Bow on the passing of his wife. That coming from the board, the executive management and staff here at ZNS. Coming up, Foot Fest 2025 dubbed a success. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Well, you're looking at a drone shot over the Portaski dock headed towards East Bay Street. Welcome back. Police officers accused of extortion in a $1 million armored truck heist at Odyssey Airport back in court today. For the details, return to our Felicity Darville.
Former Chief of the Criminal Investigations Department, Michael Johnson, appeared in the Supreme Court today, hoping to hear what his fixed date would be given for the start of his trial. His extortion case is being heard before newly appointed Supreme Court Justice Dale Fitzpatrick. The judge, new in the chair, has received a heavy caseload, but he is determined to ensure that his cases progress swiftly. When Officer Johnson and his co-accused last appeared in court, they were to hear the pre-trial discussions and learn the date beginning of their trial. That has been pushed back to March 28th. Now, Johnson resigned from the police force in December of 2024. The Royal Bahamas Police Force issuing a statement that investigations into the voice notes involving former Chief Superintendent Michael Johnson is complex, multifaceted, and thorough. Johnson pleaded not guilty to conspiracy to commit bribery, stealing $90,000 from that nearly $1.5 million heist, and receiving those funds. Prosecutors also brought charges against Sergeant D'Angelo Roll and attorney Bjorn Ferguson on related bribery charges. Attorneys appearing in court today were Krista Mason-Smith for Mario Ducil and Ty Pinder-Mackey for Damian Gomez. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Well, a bomb threat at Doctors Hospital this afternoon, throwing its emergency room into chaos, forcing the immediate evacuation of staff and patients. Tensions running high as the police force's bomb squad raced to assess the threat. Devontae Hanna has the latest.
What began as an ordinary afternoon at Doctors Hospital quickly escalated when a call was received claiming a bomb was on premises.
Doctors Hospital received an anonymous call of an unknown person claiming that there was a bomb in the ER section of the hospital. My team responded. We cleared the area. All access to any public access, we cleared the area. Nothing was found.
Panic spread as hospital officials acted swiftly in evacuating staff and patients, but the uncertainty remained high with the bomb squad dispatched immediately to secure the premises.
Patients were probably up to about 5. We moved the patient, in fact, to our Western facility. We moved the patient to our Paradise Island facility, and we promptly discharged those who were able to be discharged.
And by 4:30 this afternoon, staff were able to go back to their respective work posts, and of course those patients still out of hospital as this investigation continues.
We are in collaboration with Doctors Hospital Senior Executive Leadership Team, and we will have an ongoing communication with them with their SOP plans, with evacuation process, etc., etc.
With the situation still unfolding, tensions remain high. Officials are grateful no one was injured during the incident, but acknowledges the devastating event that occurred.
Immediately, this would be very anxious on staff, and because it is so dislocating, especially in the affected area, the staff would have to get up and start to move patients, inform security, call up line, inform the police. And so it's a combination of being dislocating and inconvenience, and also a threat to patient care.
According to authorities, the hospital remains on high alert. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville today further explaining the ongoing issue with waste disposal at the Rand Memorial Hospital in Freeport. The issue raised in the House of Assembly Thursday during the mid-year budget debate, with opposition members calling out the government over the situation. As he did yesterday, Dr. Darville again acknowledged there is a problem with the incinerator at the Rand site, but he insists steps have been taken to address this.
We are building a new state-of-the-art facility in Grand Bahama, which will have an incinerator, and we intend to have a turnkey operation for that facility, hopefully before the end of the year. And so we have a contractual agreement to move the medical waste from Grand Bahama to New Providence until that new incinerator is in place.
Now, Dr. Darville explains the decision to not put a new incinerator in place at this time.
Place the existing one and have another one coming at the new campus was not a good financial decision, so we now have a contract, and we're looking for a contractor in Grand Bahama who will be able to assist us in the interim.
More than 900 patients seen and 10 surgeries performed, making this year's Foot Fest a huge success. More than 50 healthcare officials from Barry University in South Florida volunteering in this year's mission, partnering with local healthcare practitioners, providing care to patients here in New Providence and Exuma. Consulting podiatrist Dr. Danny Johnson and Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville attending this morning's closing ceremony and highlighted the crucial role this yearly mission plays in saving lives.
This is year 4 of doing this. We see over 900 patients, mainly diabetics, across the Bahamas. Do surgeries, testing, screening, interventions, everything we can. I'm the only podiatrist still in the public service. We're hoping to change that soon.
What we've been noticing in the country is we are finding more patients who have complications with diabetic feet. And so Barry University has been partnering us for many years now, where they would come in this time of the year to provide services and to assist us with most of the cases with diabetic feet.
Barry University's Dr. Shanika Hill once again spearheading this mission, but she says it's about saving feet and by extension lives, and doing so means stomping out diabetes.
This partnership, this mission, this collaboration with the ministry, this is how we perform and transform healthcare. Through initiatives like this, through training the next generation of podiatrists, through sponsorship and support, we are trying to say that we no longer want unnecessary amputations. No more lives lost to preventable complications. We want no more silence in the face of suffering.
Stay with us, there's more to come in the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
All these pizzas, boy. Hey, Marcos, boy. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, boy. Pineapple. All. Pumpkin. All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve
when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
No woman to be left behind as celebrations ramp up ahead of International Women's Day on Saturday. The female residents of the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services were treated thanks to the altruism of one cabinet minister. Matea Cunningham has the story.
The female residents of the Bahamas Department of Corrections will spend this International Women's Day behind bars. But a surprise lunch from the Honorable Lisa Raming may bring a moment of joy. I spoke with Chief Officer Gibson to get insight into how the residents were feeling as the event approached.
Well, because of the event that is happening today, when they heard about it, they're very excited, they're enthusiastic about the event on the whole. It makes them feel appreciated, it makes them feel wanted, and it makes them feel a part of society, even though they are incarcerated. And it also gives them a self-worth.
In recognition of International Women's Day, the Minister of State for Social Services and Urban Development provided the residents with a hot meal featuring rice and peas, oxtail, and steamed cabbage, serving as a reminder that they too are valued and appreciated.
You're a woman like me. I know many people came here to you. Pastors, prophets, evangelists, all of them. They pray. Some go, some never come back. Some have agendas, maybe that's what you think, that they just need to fulfill a church program. But I don't have an agenda. I may be a part of the government. I may be in politics. But I came up through some rough ranks. I wanted you to know today that you are not forgotten. I know that I am not going to forget you. I won't.
The women of the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services ended lunch feeling seen and heard by the Honorable Minister Lisa Raming. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Matea Cunningham.
Well, thanks, Matea. Meantime, a leading financial services provider taking the time to acknowledge its women for the uniqueness and change they bring to the professional environment. Just listen in to our Daniel Dean.
And yet another corporation setting aside time to honor women for their contributions as International Women's Day approaches this weekend. BAF Financial and Insurance welcomed attendees and panelists from different sectors who shared their personal and business journeys. Xavier Roll-Higgs, owner of Pow Brunch, remembers the business's start.
I just wanted something different, and I noticed that brunch was a demand in the Bahamas. Well, all over the world, people love brunch. And I wanted to differentiate it by saying, but everybody have to be the Jamaican to say stoosh, stoosh, and dress up and go sit down. But I want something casual. I want them to come and eat and go, and however they please. Some people come in pajamas at the food truck. And I'm like, no judgment here. And we serve them the same.
Other panelists included founder of Butterfly Cosmetics, April Smith, Dr. Katribani Adderley, Bahamian entertainer Erica Lady E. Simonet, and Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles, who emphasized the importance in self-care while holding a demanding title.
Yesterday was the first time that I did not take any work home either. Amen. And so I'm now learning to walk into the role that I am a servant of the people but at some point I must serve myself.
The gist of the seminar: empower a woman and you empower the world. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, women staffers at the Ministry of Health and Wellness also getting into the spirit of International Women's Day. The women donning their prettiest in purple attire, the official color of International Women's Day. Shakina Monker says this day holds significance for these women who continue to fight to accelerate equality.
Behind me are just a few of the women of the Ministry of Health and Wellness that works day in and day out to make it happen. And today we are here to celebrate each and every one of these women.
I don't know if you know, but the majority of healthcare workers are women. And so it is really a pleasure to join with them today to celebrate such a momentous occasion. And I like the purple. All of them are looking well, in good form, and we support them 100% here at the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
And right here at ZNS, we too celebrated our women colleagues who do a superb job day in and day out. Here's just a quick glance as our cameras captured some of them as they went about their work. We're delighted to say to them all, Happy International Women's Day. All right, about now, we're going to toss it over to another one of our ladies here at the Broadcasting Corporation, LaDawn, for a sneak peek of Access Now. And as you can see, she's dressed in her colors to celebrate the day ahead of Saturday. LaDawn?
And so are you, Makushla. Happy Women's Day to you. And it's Entertainment Friday, and you know what that means. We have DJ Counselor in the house, so keep it locked.
Well, sounds good. Stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
Diet-friendly special.
Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy on noon. Signature hot wings. What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken. Those pepper wings.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
At GBPC, women are at the heart of energy, powering homes, businesses, and a brighter future for all.
As an engineer, I help ensure reliable energy for our island. Technology drives the future of energy, and I'm here to keep us moving forward.
Every connection matters. I ensure our customers feel heard, valued, and supported. Leadership is about driving change, and we are making bold moves to transform the energy sector. From the field to the boardroom, women are breaking barriers, leading with strength, and inspiring the next generation. But there's more to do, and we're ready to accelerate action for a brighter, more inclusive future.
We are GBPC. We are women in energy, and we are accelerating action for the future.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Hi, I'm Kizzy Hanna, and I am the CEO of Nail Envy Salon Studio and Nail Envy Academy. My business offers education for beginner level, intermediate, and advanced level nail classes for those persons who would like to become nail technicians and continue that education for those persons that are in the professional atmosphere already. So our curriculum has already been vetted and approved by the National Accreditation and Equivalency Council of the Bahamas. What distinguishes Nail Envy Academy from the competitors we are really focused on relaying our information in a proper and conducive environment, making sure that our students are getting that one-on-one attention that is needed to be able to send them out into the field and be able to be successful in their occupation. I am so passionate about what I do because I want young women to know that not everyone has to have tertiary education. You can throw your whole self at something and bring a difference to your industry.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
What if I told you Wendy's has a new burger with a flavor so secret it's almost too delicious to handle? Well, now it's time to unlock that flavor. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger. We can't tell you everything, but we can tell you that it's packed with flavor, including our secret barbecue sauce. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger today. Available for a limited time. Limited time.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
One young hero making more waves as he's applauded by an official. Details straight ahead. Urban Renewal holds a sip and chat town meeting. Sounds very interesting, right? Plus, Altavir's Munnings Justin from Exuma brings to screen the oldest taxi driver on that island. Stay close for that. And coming up in sports, final day showdown to decide the BAISS champs.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's a Friday evening. You know the rest. And before I start dancing, let's dive right into the news, shall we? Our heroes welcome for the Doris Johnson student who was among those in the gallery of the House of Assembly this afternoon. By now, many of you may be familiar with the name Michael Ferguson. But for those of you who aren't, he's a 17-year-old senior who for a few weeks back was coming off a bus when he saw a woman trapped in a vehicle. As the story goes, Ferguson sprung into action and used his bare hands to break the car's window to rescue the woman. Accompanying Ferguson to Parliament is his principal, Ken Lightbourne.
We are proud of you, and the nation is proud of you.
It is times like this that really make the difference and transcends all of the lines that we have in our country and political lines, because you represent, in what you did and who you are, the best in us.
It is stories like that of a Michael Ferguson, a 17-year-old young man in one of our public high schools that gives all of us hope, gives all of us the confidence that despite what is said about our young men in this country, there are many good young men amongst us. Many of whom, as we've heard in this story, would spring to action to help in circumstances where help is needed. And it is good for us to record this event. And I want to thank the member for Angliston for raising up this incident so that the nation can see that all is not lost.
Encouraging comprehensive community improvement thrusts is the reason behind Thursday's sip and chat at the Mount Tabor Church Hall. Government agencies, a part of varied ongoing community projects, along with residents, converged to hear firsthand what plans are in place for Pinewood Gardens and the South Beach community. Area Member of Parliament, the Honorable Miles LaRota, was there and lauds the program, which helps to transform the community into a safer place for all.
Pinewood is a relatively safe community to live in. And I say that from my own personal experiences and interactions. It seems that just like when it rains and you talk about flood, you talk about Pinewood. When I drive in the west, they have the same flooding at my sister's house. But once this narrative get out there, it is hard to change. This is a community made up of hard-working teachers and nurses and doctors and NIB employees, and they just want a community to be safe for them to thrive in.
ASP Jennifer Pratt shares more on the event, which is a meeting of the minds between residents and auxiliary organizations.
It's simply a town meeting put together with all government entities. You have Ministry of Health here, you have Environmental Health, you have a representative from the police force, representative from Urban Renewal. It's just a collaborative effort.
She said this is just the beginning, with plans to introduce more resources, mentorship programs, and financial support for disabled entrepreneurs. The Essex Accelerator Small Business Development Center is making progress in empowering disabled individuals in leadership and entrepreneurship. Today, in partnership with the University of the Bahamas, the SBDC hosted an ABLE Business Forum and Expo at the university, focusing on breaking barriers and creating opportunities for persons with disabilities. We sat down with Erin Brown, Disability and Compliance Officer at the University of the Bahamas, before the event, who shared more of the forum's impact.
And so what I was able to do as a mentor was to not only impart knowledge, but also to gain more awareness, to gain feedback from what are the needs, and to provide real-time, lived experience, in-person, representation matter type of experiences that our community not usually are afforded.
With discussion centered on empowerment, access to opportunities, and overcoming self-doubt, Brown says one of the biggest challenges is shifting mindsets within the disabled community.
I want you to hear today, right now, that when you join us, when you show up for these type of programs, you are removing all of those personal barriers that stop us. There are a lot of us that did not register for this time because we were trying to figure out, is this really happening? I'm here to tell you, it happened, it's happening, and we would like for you to take that step, remove that barrier of self-doubt. You are worth it, you are valuable, your voice, service, and products are needed.
Saying goodbye, a heartfelt vigil to celebrate the memory of a young man who by most accounts will be remembered as a hero. Lloyd Allen shares more from a memorial held on Yonge Street for Arthur Wilson on Wednesday.
It's been exactly 1 week since the passing of Arthur Wilson, and tonight his family remembering him, holding a candlelight vigil in his memory. His mother sharing some memories about her son, who she says she can't quickly forget. Tell us about your son.
He is very loving, caring, fun. One who you will come in contact and you will never forget. That's the impact that he leaves in the lives of many.
Now, I know that you're here with your other children tonight and members of your community also coming out to show support. What does that mean for your family?
That means a lot.
Tell us why.
Because we are as close-knitted as family and as neighbors nearby growing up. You know, they spend their life together, and to see, you know, my son make a great impact in many of their life, and especially in the DJ world.
And I know since this incident has happened, many questions remain, but if there's one thing that still remains for you as a mother, what is that?
Boy, words can't even say, but as a mother, you know, you take that love as a child, and, you know, bonding together closely.
With all of your children here tonight, this too is a very important moment tonight for your family. If there's one word that you could share to remember your brother, what would that be?
Loving and caring, sir.
A lot of love we have shown each and every one of us and people.
Ooh, that was like my twin.
I'd say funny.
I would say comedic as well.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
And still to come, it's Entertainment Friday. Let's hear it for DJ Counselor. He's up next after the break, so keep it locked.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Coming soon to the ZNS television network.
Numbers move people to make decisions.
I don't know that there's been a time where we had a program asking this very sticky question. These are the women that are actually running the government.
You're looking at a shot of Bahamas Games Boulevard there. Destiny Reed, our drone pilot, is out there doing her thing. Let's take a flight to Exuma to see what our Altavis Munnings has for us. He's been a fixture at the Georgetown Exuma's International Airport for more than 60 years, and his smile and knowledge about the island attracts visitors there every day. Altavis Munnings has a story.
I started this in 1958. That's in yesterday, so you could do the math from there.
And that mathematical answer is 67 years. Exuma native Roland Ferguson is literally the island's oldest taxi driver. You can find him at Georgetown's International Airport's taxi parking lot. He's taxi driver number 1.
It's hardly a day that I don't show up on the job. Get it or don't get it. You know, I've been here from morning. I've met more nice people. Some come for me. Some they call me in advance, but then again, the initiative, nothing else to do. So I said, well, I dedicate my life to it, you know.
And here's Roland's advice for those of you interested in becoming a ground transportation professional.
Well, first, they got to have the initiative and the ability to give good information. I don't give people false information. I let you know what it is, as I know it. That's how I do, you know. Because like I say, it's all here, but now I may waver here and there, but like I say, from then up until now, 62 till now, it's a long time, so I'm grateful that I'm still here. I've been blessed. I could say that. Yeah.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings.
Great story there, Alto. While in the season of Lent, we'll be featuring more of our nation's gospel artists. Here tonight with us is the ever so popular and loved DJ Counselor. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So your name is synonymous with gospel music. Tell us a little bit about where your music, career or journey start.
Well, it started, around the age of 16, 17. I started to discover gospel reggae, in particular gospel rap and more urban style music. And so we had artists back then would have been your Landlord, your Selector, your Christian Massive, Ecclesia, and the list goes on. And so I was, I guess, gravitated to it. Joined up to a youth group called Youth Against Violence, where they went around into inner cities and did ministry in those communities. Man, I was a part of that journey, discovered my love for it, and grew.
Were you ever discouraged by our industry that may or may not be as vibrant as that in the United States?
Of course. Our industry is very far from being to the potential that it should be, but it has grown over the past 20 plus years. The only way that we're going to be able to break some barriers, there has to be some connections outside of the Bahamas. You hit a ceiling very quickly. You have 2 major hotels, you have 2 phone companies, 1 power company. Who are you going to be a brand ambassador for? And so you need funds to do what you're doing. It needs government intervention. When you start negotiating, bringing foreign companies over, you have to connect the artistry of your country. And so we have to, our negotiations need to be differently. Now, I can say there has been growth. I've seen our embassies using our Bahamian artists, but still on a small scale, but there's still growth. We need to now start having our Bahamian festivals in Canada, throughout the U.S. These things we've been talking about for the past 15 years. I was a part of some of those meetings, but again, it just needs intervention, like the great work you're doing here at ZNS. We need young minds to sit around the table now, and if the young minds are not there, we're gonna stay stagnant. You know, we at our peaks, not in our 50s and 60s. So if the 20-year-olds are not around the round tables, we're gonna continue to see the brain drain and be discouraged. So no, we're not where we should have been right now because of brain drain.
Now, I'm curious about the answer to this question.
Yes.
Do you play instruments?
I don't play a instrument. I remember going to piano classes, but never really had the initiative to go further. I purchased a saxophone. 3 years it sat down. I ended up selling it. And so, no, I don't really have the, I guess, I don't know, the love for any particular instrument. So that way someone always has a job. Someone has to be programming my music and so forth. And so you share, the dollar moves around in that sense. If I played an instrument, then somebody wouldn't have been getting any funds, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So how do you balance celeb life as opposed to your personal life? How do you balance the two?
It's just life, you know. Somebody sees you, they say they remember you when they was in primary school, and now their child is 16 and whatever. So I always hear the stories, always running the persons in the community, and so I'm blessed by it. I remember when I started out, no one knew me, and now I've had families who grew up on my music. Now their children have, and so appreciate it for it. Thank God for the influence I have and using that influence to continue to inspire generations. So other than that, I thank God for it and use it for good.
So what are you performing for us tonight, and what does the song mean to you?
Well, the song is Thank God for Life. It's first a soca mix. We now did it to a Bahamian flavor rake and scrape. And so it's just, as it says, thank God for life. A lot of times we get out, we find ourselves discouraged by things happening in our lives that we have no control over. And so I remember speaking to a group of folks, and I asked them, how many of you have a stool bag on you? How many of you walking here with a cane? How many of you are blind? These are things that we take for granted every day that someone wished they had. And so be thankful for everything that you have. You have breath. Today, I only saw you on TV, so I'm thankful now I'm in your presence and being able to be a part of what's happening here tonight and looking forward to it. So I'm thankful for that. So thank God for life.
DJ Council, thank you so much for joining us here on the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. And we'll see you later on in the show, right?
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Sports with Eugene is up next.
The importance of sponsorships in track meets coming up in sports.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Grade A large eggs, 1 dozen, $3.79. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounces, $1.29. Rainbow green pigeon peas, 15 ounces, 2 for $2.89. Chick-fil-A quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.19 per pound. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $3.99. If you want to see some madness this March, something special that's super value and quality supermarkets.
Welcome to Practical Principles for Successful Christian Living.
Let's press on inviting others to Christ, because the joy that you have and that you share, you should want them to have the same joy that you have. So invite them to the house of God and let them experience the joy of the Lord.
We've been more connected with Camp Road Ministry than any other church.
It is churches, community builders like this church that partner with the World Made Pratt Center for Girls.
Be blessed.
Welcome to your Feel Good Friday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Eugene Stewart. Well, day 3 continuing for the 2025 BAISS Track and Field Championships. Title sponsor Fidelity tells us more on the planning aspect of this annual meet.
Well, we took on the title sponsorship a few years ago when really coming out of COVID, and they were having difficulties in terms of securing venues and elements. And part of the Fidelity mantra is youth development, and there's no greater way of developing youth than through sports. The discipline, the camaraderie, the health that's involved in it. And when we think about financial health, we think about mental health, we think about physical health, and so it matched well. Since that time, really we've seen the benefit that it has to the wider community, and so we've continued to serve as title sponsor, really from the perspective of saying that it's important that our youth have those who are supporting them to carry them forward. We hear them talking about the Correctional trials coming up. We know that we've done well as a nation doing that in terms of the Olympics and all of the others. And so as an organization, we are proud to be a small part of that. We know the kids got to do the work, right? They got to actually perform, but they need a venue to perform and they need an outlet. And so from that perspective, us helping to provide that in a small way makes us feel proud as well. So we know we often get a little bit of the fights and the ones that take place. So I tell them, I'm from St. Anne's. We have an alumni association in that one. And we know some of the other schools may do better in sports, but we tell them we put people in high places. So we have that rivalry that we continue doing. And it's all fun when we do it. So I think just the atmosphere is one that we welcome, and we're going to continue this for as long as we can. When we look at the actual team, Perry Cunningham, Marisi Thompson from SAC, the reality is it's a tremendous amount that goes into it. When they think about what you see as the end product is such a small component of it, and the reality is that not only does it take financial resources, it takes personnel resources. And so when you think about other events that we've hosted, IAAF relays, when we've hosted Correctional games, really the persons who, when they finish, they're so happy it's done that they could rest. And I think it's no different when you talk about BAISS and even the government school one. So, I don't even want to measure it. I'll tell you, when you talk to those guys, ask them if they still standing tomorrow afternoon.
Now as things continue to heat up at the old Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, we'll be sure to have the final results in our 11 o'clock sportscast. For Access Now Sports, I'm Eugene Stewart.
Your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
this Sunday, March 9th at 2 a.m. Remember, we begin daylight saving time. Be sure to turn clocks 1 hour forward as daylight saving time begins Sunday, March 9th at 2 a.m.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Makush Lopinder.
Time now for your Access weather forecast, and it was a pretty warm day. The reason being those winds are now swinging out of the south, and that warming trend has begun and will continue right through the weekend, but there is another cold front on the way that will get in here on Monday night, Tuesday morning, and that will usher in another cool down. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the northwest and central islands, the winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights now down 2 to 4 feet, so we have dropped those caution flags. Low tide takes place at 8:16 in the morning. And then for the southeast Bahamas, easterly winds at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, the winds are going to be south to southwest ahead of another cold front. Those speeds still are 10 to 15 knots. Beautiful boating conditions with the wave heights running at 2 to 4 feet. Now, your low tide on Saturday will occur at 9:30 in the morning with the high tide at 3:17 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, not bad at all, southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And then on Sunday, the winds become southerly, but they will be picking up in speeds, 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights building 3 to 6 feet. So we will post a caution flag on Sunday morning for your boaters in the northwest Bahamas. Low tide, that will take place at 11:34 in the morning with a high tide at 5:24 in the afternoon in the central and southeastern islands on Sunday. A more southeast component once again at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Livingston, mine Livingston, I and I hear la la la, I and I hear la la la, don't mind Livingston, don't mind Livingston.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Lidon.
Thanks a lot, Basil. And as promised, live and direct from Studio A on the Hill, here's DJ Counselor.
Blessings, yeah. It's yours truly, DJ Counselor. Give me a big wave wherever you are. Blessings. Just remember to give God thanks. Oh, so godly. This is a brand new day, and the sun has risen. Thank God for life today. Because the sun has risen, we don't take the life for granted. So we put up the hands and thank it. Let me see you waving right now wherever you are. Come on. Thank God, thank God, thank God for life. Thank God, thank God, thank God for life. The darkness has gone away, and everybody come out to praise him. Never mind what the enemy say, I fire blaze him every day. But things that get really hard, but things that get really bad. Come on, let's wave right now and give God praise. Come on. That's why we say, thank God, thank God, thank God for life. Thank God, thank God, thank God for life. Listen. And really knows it. This life he has chosen. Run the race just like Job did. Faith, hope, and love. Listen, once Christ in the vessel, everything is a go. Thank God for life. Come on. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for life. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. My life. This is a brand new day. And the sun has risen. Thank God for life today. Cause the sun has risen. We don't take the life for granted. So we put up your hands and thank Him. This is your time right now. Ready? Give me a wave. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for life. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for life. Come on. Thank God. I can't hear you. Thank God for life. Come on. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Listen to me, God. Something you like to be thankful for. It's yours, DJ Counselor. Blessed love it. Watch it dance up. Watch it dance up. Blessed man. Oh, so godly.
Awesome performance there, DJ Counselor. How are you feeling after that performance?
Feeling great.
Feeling great?
Yes,
feeling great. It's the first time you performed there.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
It's good to be in the new, transformed, ZNS, man. Loved upgrades.
All right, thank you guys so much. And just like that, it's a wrap for Access Now tonight. We're back on Monday where my new co-anchor, Marlena Leonard, who will be moving last week, will settle here, right here at home. Make sure to tune into Eye Candy, Royston Jones at 11 p.m., who will bring you the last newscast of the evening. Have a great weekend, and good night, everybody.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
Case number JC 6583 of 2024. LaRon Pinder versus Byron